Everybody, I'm so glad you came to my channel. This is Gwen with Nutrition, Fitness, and Health. And I basically want today to elaborate on anxiety. Since we've had to stay in quarantine for these many months, it has been, for some people, it's been a really hard situation because they got, and you can't blame anybody that did get anxiety, because the anxiety was just overwhelming because of the fact you're used to going out and basically out a number of hours, and when all that is shortened, it becomes somewhat of a psychological, mental anxiety type of state. And the reason why I would like to talk about this more and find out some other ways to deal with it. Supplements can be a way of dealing with it. And I am going to go to my favorite health store, and one of the manager there, he said that he would be kind enough to explain certain vitamins that will help with anxiety. I basically do feel that black seed oil can and has said to be able to alleviate some of the anxiety with a lot of the properties that it has in it. And I want this young man to elaborate on other properties that will be able to do something that will help also. So you can use black seed oil, and you have others that will be in a combination too, and it's all natural. So I would think that it won't be any problem, but you would have to check on your your system to see if it bothers you. If it doesn't feel good, then it's not for you to be using. So I just want to let you know that there is another way in alleviating it, which could be focusing on music that could help alleviate it, eating certain foods that are not acidic, and I'll let him talk about the supplements. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the other side. Bye. Okay, this is the health food store that I usually go to, and right now I'm at a view that has a lot of things that eliminate stress, and we're going to talk about stress today. And Ernesto, he's the manager of the store, and he's going to explain some things to you as far as what are some of the better supplements that can be used for alleviating stress at this quarantine time. So Ernesto, what would you recommend as far as alleviating stress?
Yeah, so often there's not one day that I don't get someone asking about a stress supplement, something that would, essentially take down that cortisol hormone down. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Essentially, when you want to adjust stress, you want to make sure you have the fundamentals down, which would be sleep. That's going to be essentially what's going to fuel partition everything that you're eating, and the main hormones. But if that is in check and there's some underlying issue, there's other things that people will take, like an adaptogenic herb, something like ashwagandha here. That's worked well for some people. That affects the endocannabinoid system, which is those neuroreceptors that, it's almost like a fight or flight. You feel the same sensation as like a calm does. Um, some other type supplements that we have here, like GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, is the main chemical messenger in our brain waves. Myself, I've been great with that as far as when GABA has worked well for some people. Uh, Other people like some herbs or plant-based amino acids like L-theanine. L-theanine you'll find in green tea. That's been very helpful as well with the same calming factors. Um, but when it comes down to anything stress related, it's going to be very individualistic. It's not going to be one thing that's going to work for everyone. So one of the hard things is it's a trial and error. But I think that you can eliminate trying all those things if you have the main things down, like sleep. And that's where, it's not just the length of time that you're getting, it's the actual quality of sleep. So there's this thing called rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. You want to make sure that is the window that it should be. But other than that, and I think supplementation is very helpful around this times of all that's going on in the world, whether it's pandemic, whether it's family issues, whether it's anything environmental. I think that with supplementation you can find many benefits.
Okay. So basically, when we're talking about stress, the stress that people would come in here, do they explain to you what type of stress they have?
Yeah, so a lot of things can be
Or what's the general that they come?
it's everyday stresses. So it could be anything from workload. Many people working now, especially longer hours. When they do that, they kind of lose track of the sleep. There's kind of a imbalance of priority. They feel that the work needs to be um, first thing over, like I said, something as basic as sleep. But ultimately, there are going to be times when you need to, maybe pull an all-nighter. And, I think that some supplementation can really help with keeping the tension or, muscle tenseness down. For me, when I used gamma-aminobutyric acid, you know, before I took that, I would have tenseness in my back, I would have shortness of breath. It really helped me keep that mental focus. Um, but that may be the same thing for someone else if they've taken like an adaptogenic herb like ashwagandha. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been mostly daily stress. I haven't heard anything in particular to the pandemic, but I know that there's going to be a ripple effect after all this is done. So I think this can be um, something that's just going to gradually happen that we don't notice over time, just because now we're living this whole new life with masks. Right now I can't breathe. I'm overheating.
Right, and they have said
But
some certain doctors have said this was not really safe because of the not breathing the oxygen and constantly breathing in the carbon dioxide.
yeah, all the carbonates, it's a little excessive, and I think that if you can, once you're away from everyone else, taking it off, and even doing simple breathing exercises. A lot of people find benefit with meditation. And I think with meditation is one of the other things you can do if supplementation doesn't work out for you. Meditation would help clear the mind
Yeah,
and spirit.
yoga, fitness.
All of that is overlooked, and I think that when it comes to the equation of longevity, it really does come down to sleep, um, like, which is going to stem into other subtypes of mental focus, emotional well-being, the physical side of things, whether it's activities that you're doing, workouts, or just everyday walking. Many benefits to the basics. And I think
Right.
that when you companion that and good eating, uh,
Yeah, you have to eat well too.
yeah. And
Health.
the thing nowadays is that there's many different camps. I know I'm digressing a little bit, but there's vegan camp, carnivore camp, vegetarian, or paleo, all these different trends. But looking into the research, it's all individualistic as well.
Right, because
We have to
everybody's body is different.
we have to keep exploring. If your body can tolerate, if you have the enzymes to break down certain foods, I highly recommend uh, really finding yourself with different kind of diets that are out there.
Right. Right. Well, okay, so these are the different supplements. It's the ashwagandha. These are all the ones I'm just going to, because I might not be able to pronounce them. And this one right here, the rhodiola.
Rhodiola. It's another adaptogenic herb that's kind of like ashwagandha, except you maintain that like the energy with it. It's not too much of like a downer. Rhodiola is a type of herb that was grown in certain elevations, so it's
Oh,
that kind of is where it links to um, helping with acute um, stressors in life.
okay. And then you mentioned this one from agave, and these.
Java has it's been very popular as of late, and it's flying off of the shelf.
Really?
Um, I do like the chewables because of that bioavailability. When you take a capsule, you have to wait till it digests into the small intestine and have that absorbed once the capsule breaks down. But both are effective. I guess it depends on like a time release versus quicker.
Okay, so this one goes fast. It's fast acting here.
Hmm.
What's the difference between this one?
5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan, is that bridge between tryptophan, or excuse me, tryptophan and serotonin. Uh, that's the fight or flight. So you have serotonin, which is positive mood that you get out of those neuroreceptors. That has worked well in a particular frequency. I take it at night. Um,
Oh,
yeah, that's it's
so it says
interesting.
positive mood, so it helps you to sleep,
It does. I mean, a lot that you'll find that in
rest.
a lot of the blends of sleep formulas. For instance, Natural Factors Sprinkle Sleep. They use a blend of melatonin, L-theanine, and 5-HTP. It's a mix of feeling that tenseness go down and then having that natural, like a low amount of melatonin to kind of level out those circadian cycles of sleep.
Okay, so we, so I see you have the sleep, and then you have the sleep additives, and then you have
And then they break it down here into more blends, and you have things um, like a mix of ashwagandha and rhodiola. When you see something like mood stability, you have certain blends in there that, like vitamin D, is definitely an overlooked fat soluble vitamin when it comes to
yes,
mood.
yeah,
I mean, you should be getting at least 15 minutes of sun out there. Your body will take in, the vitamin D that it needs. Um, and for some people, it's going to be different where they
right,
need more. Like myself, you can tell the melanin. I'm a little bit darker. I can um, take more vitamin D. In the wintertime, people will supplement vitamin D and feel better because when it's you can't go outside and there's that seasonal depression. You're inside and it's cold. That's why some people
right,
love the amount of vitamin D. And they
right.
break it down too as over here, like Urban Naturals. You'll see all of the same things that we went over up there. Sunny
Mhm.
Mood, you have 5-HTP plus, um, rhodiola, passion flower, some herbs that complement
Uh-huh.
amino acids like that. And same with other companies. I think that's one of the biggest markets because, I mean, stress, it's a killer and it's
Yes.
something that is overlooked. I think it should be in check. It's a constant work in progress, but I think that we should be putting the time and effort into really being emotionally there in whatever
Right.
situations in life.
I think it is. What's the Sammy or same? I've seen that before.
Yeah, CME is another stress that supports. It's something I've tried as well. It's nice because they actually show the concentration in here. They break theirs down to um, the bioavailability of CME. It's another amino acid. It deals a lot with dopamine, so that's also,
Okay.
you can get dopamine increased from like caffeine, things like that. But this isn't like an upper like that because it's working with the mitochondria a little bit different. But that is
Yeah.
another support of stress.
Well, I see a lot of different things here. Like you have stress ad adrenal, adrenal.
Adrenals. So adrenals is a little bit different. And then they break it down to like thyroid. This is a little bit different of a category. But they can kind of go hand in hand because
Okay.
you'll find some adaptogenic herbs in there too. But adrenals can be fatigued easily by certain things like caffeine, or in certain chapters in life with
Mm-hmm.
adrenals, even like pre-menopause, so that can be within that category as well.
Okay.
But that's kind of like how our store is set up. They break it down to
I
thyroid and
see.
mental focus, more mental focus. Um, so like having that ability to think sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. So a lot of these supplements
in
are working
companion.
together with
Mhm.
others, and they're in combination as far as the mixture.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, and I just want to make sure that the black seed oil is mentioned as a stress.
Yeah, black seed oil it's a multiple use product. I can't say it's specifically for stress. I mean, it's in that category, but it's
Right.
also in the category of inflammation supports, cognitive support, cardiovascular support. Um, it's like a super product. It's like a
Right.
super green, but
Right. It
many
has
different properties.
right. It has a lot of different properties and benefits.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Mr. Ernesto. Ernesto is you're very well versed in all of this. Did you go to school for it?
I did not specifically go to school for knowledge on nutrition or supplementation, but I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. I like to do as many things as I can until I feel fulfilled with that knowledge, and then I'll jump on to the next thing. But this
Okay.
is kind of something that's I think going to be until all chapters in my life. When I'm older, I
Yeah.
want to be able to, or when I have kids, which hopefully in the next couple of
Right.
years, I want to make sure I set them up for successful habits, successful life.
Right.
Because I think
Okay.
longevity is a big, it's always going to be a focus for me.
Yes, I think it's going to be something that everybody want to know because like
Hmm.
they need to know how to keep their lives in better quality. So it's
Yeah,
something like almost gold these days because of so much of the crap that's in the foods that you need to know what to supplement and what to take away.
yeah, definitely. And I think that if you were people were to look at life in any way, you have to look at it in the health span and the lifespan side of things. Your lifespan is can almost be a fixed number, but if you're able to increase your health span, so things like your diet, exercise, that will maintain your lifespan.
Right,
Without,
quality of life. I
yeah.
don't just want to live and be all broken down.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be able to function at,
Right.
80 and not feel, like a dog.
Ah,
So,
okay. All right, Ernesto, thank you so much
thank
for
you.
giving me all this information in my community. And I want to let you know that you did a very good job in explaining it. And I want to say goodbye and have
All
a
right.
great
Thank
day.